Hello everyone, this is Dan, your resident Digimon fan. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over my top 10 most valuable Digimon cards as of July 2023. So I have actually visited this topic before. It was in 2021, and that was back when it was the Wild West of Digimon cards. You had cards that were valued all over the place just because they were in meta when Digimon tournaments were still very popular, and that is very much still the case in certain respects. But if you actually were to go on tcgplayer.com, which is where I got the market values for these cards, you'll find that the majority of anything over $100, maybe even $80, is all tournament prizes and things like that, which is very different to what we had before. So it is nice that now we can actually look at alt arts, promos, parallel rares, and stuff like that. And that's what's going to be the focus of my top 10. I obviously don't have a whole lot of the tournament cards, certainly not nowadays because I don't attend tournaments. So my top 10 cards are going to mostly be from regular sets. So very excited for this one. Let's make a start with number 10. Coming in at number 10, we have a promo card, and it is the Labramon promo P-080. So this is Labramon from Digimon Survive, and it's a promo card that was given out in a set of 3 if you redeemed 1,000 points on Bandai's reward program. It would get you a Labramon as well as a Falcomon and an Agumon promo card to do with Digimon Survive, which is an amazing game. If you haven't played Digimon Survive, even if you're not into visual novels or grid-based combat, definitely give it a go. But this Labramon card, P-080, the current market value is at $27.96. So you can see that at the number 10 slot, compared to my previous video, these cards are not actually anywhere near as expensive as they used to be. That being said, absolutely no way should you be buying this card for that much. I don't care if it's meta. That's just a waste, especially because most people got them for free. Moving on to number 9, we have a card that featured in the original video in 2021, and that is Cocytus Breath, and this is the alternate art from the Tamer's Evolution box, the first Tamer's Evolution box. So this card, I believe, had a much higher value in my original video, but it's interesting to see that it still holds quite a lot of value these days. The current market value on tcgplayer.com is $28.86. So still quite a high value card. This is an alternate art from ST2, which was the Cocytus Blue starter deck. A very early card, but very nice. I really liked the Tamer's Evolution box and all the cards that came in it. The designs were really nice, and this is definitely one of the nicest ones. In the number 8 slot, we have a card from a regular set, and that is the alternate art of Wargreymon X Antibody from BT9. So BT9 was the X record set, which included a lot of X Antibody Digimon, and I recall that when I opened this card on the channel, I did say that this is probably going to be one of the most valuable cards in the set, and it looks like I was right. Wargreymon X Antibody Alt Art from BT9 X record currently has a market value of $30.99, so not too bad. If you pulled this from a single pack, then you've made a pretty good profit. Coming in at number 7, yet another card from the original video. It is Hammerspark, specifically the Alt Art Hammerspark from the Tamer's Evolution box. So this card is also an alternate art of ST2, ST213, the Cocytus Blue starter deck. So once again, coming back with the Tamer's Evolution box cards, I'm surprised that Gaia Force wasn't going to be in my top 10, just a spoiler for you, considering that one was, I believe, my number 1. Or my number 2 most expensive card previously, but it's obviously fallen from grace as the meta has changed. But anyway, talking about Hammerspark, it currently has a market value of $31.06 on TCG Player, so not too bad and not a whole lot more than Wargreymon. In the number 6 slot is a card that I actually didn't open on this channel because I haven't opened this set on the channel, and it is Anja Woman alternate art from BT11 Dimensional Phase. I actually really liked the Dimensional Phase set. It had some really cool Digimon in it. It was based around the Digimon World games, specifically the PSP games. I actually can't remember what they're called, but they were pretty cool. I've played a English patched version of the game. Didn't get very far in it. I think it's called Redigitize, something like that. Anyway, it was really cool. And this card is really nice. We've got Mariah there, who is in a lot of Digimon games. She was in Cyber Sleuth, which is where I first met her. And then, of course, we've got Angelwoman here. Really nice. There is actually a Lady Devimon counterpart to this card, which I do not have. So the current market value of this card on TCG Player is $31.13. So only slightly more than Hammer Spark, but it's a really nice looking card. Coming in at number 5, we have Vmon from Tamer's Evolution Box 2. So I opened Tamer's Evolution Box 2 on the channel, and I don't know why it's specifically this Vmon that's the valuable one compared to the others. Maybe he's more playable, I don't know. It's an alternate art of the EX1 Classic Collection Vmon, so that's pretty cool. And you can see you've got Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode in the background. It's pretty awesome. So this one being at my number 5, currently has a market value of $33.95. Not too bad. In the number 4 slot is the only non-alternate art or promo card on this list, which is very unusual, and it is Gallantmon Crimson Mode from EX2 Digital Hazard. Obviously, the alternate art version of this card would be more valuable than this version, but this is the version that I have. So in the number 4 slot, this card has a market value of $36.19. I believe I actually opened 2 boxes of Digital Hazard and I ended up getting 2 of these, so that's pretty cool. Would have been nicer if one of them was the alternate art, but it is what it is. Right, we're getting down to the final 3. There is a bit of a jump in price as you start to get into the top 3, but none of my cards are actually worth more than $50. Which I would say is a shame, but actually I don't really care because I have no intention of selling them. So it's not really a problem for me. So coming in at the number 3 slot, we have a very recent addition. You may have seen this just recently, and it is Shine Greymon Burst Mode Alternate Art from BT13, also known as, what was it called? Versus for All Nights. God, it was only the other day that I opened it and I've already forgotten. So this was actually one of my 2 alternate arts in the box. Really happy to get this. I think it is the most valuable card in the set in terms of alt arts, which is really awesome. And this card currently has a market value of $41.92, which is pretty good. Like I said, I have no intention of selling them, but it's nice to know that your cards are worth something. But yeah, love Shine Greymon, I love Data Squad, Marcus, Agumon, Shine Greymon, all of that stuff's really awesome. So yeah, really happy that I got this one. Coming down to number 2, we've got a familiar face, and this was from the set before last. It is yet another Shine Greymon. It is Shine Greymon Ruin Mode from EX4 Alternative Being. So this is the sort of like dark Digivolution version of Shine Greymon that appeared in the show. Really happy to have gotten this one. And this guy currently has a market value of $47.49. So quite a jump from the previous Shine Greymon, and it's a really nice looking card. Really awesome. It is also a secret rare, which definitely adds to its awesomeness. Yeah, very happy to have gotten this one. And finally, in the number 1 slot, a card I was not expecting to be my most valuable. And to give an idea of some cards that I expected to be in this slot, or at least in the top 10, I would have expected the Omnimon alternate art from BT1 to still be in the top 10 because it was a very elusive card when it first came out, and it's one of my most prized possessions when it comes to the Digimon card game. That card was sitting roughly in the $100 to $150 price range for a very long time, so it appears to have done a quite large fall from grace. But here we are with the current number 1, and it is probably not what you're expecting. It is Marcus Damon from BT12. This is the alternate art Marcus Damon, and BT12 was called Across Time, which was the set based on the 3rd series of Digimon Cross Wars. Now, when I say this is number 1, this is my number 1 most valuable card. It's not the most valuable card. Obviously, there are like single-digit print cards which are much more valuable than this. But my number 1 card, Marcus Damon Alternate Art, has a market value of $48.51. So very cool. I was really happy to have gotten this card. So yeah, very cool. Marcus Damon, favorite character from Data Squad, one of my favorite Digimon protagonists in general. Really awesome. So those are my top 10 most valuable cards. Hope you enjoyed this video. Probably altogether, we're looking at a few $100s. I'll put the total on screen that these 10 cards are worth, which is pretty worrying when you think that they're just pieces of cardboard, but that's trading cards for you. Really cool looking through my top 10 most valuable cards. It's been a very different experience to when I looked through in 2021. The whole landscape is completely different. Like I said, I don't normally look at the value of my cards, so it was super interesting to see where we are now. But that's really cool. What's your most valuable card? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, thanks for watching. Take care.